Welcome to another episode of The End of the Search, and this one I call it, Who Lets Go of the Thought? And it's a question somebody asked me, and the question is, Nick, I was listening to your last video. I often hear you say, if you don't identify with a thought, it would be the mind itself that believes the thought, right? It would be the mind itself that decides to let it go, while the process would be the mind thinks and believes the thought. If there's no one here, who else would let go of that thought? It has to be the mind itself that spontaneously lets go, right? And I answer, indeed, it is the mind itself that lets go or doesn't let go. Everything arises spontaneously in what I am. What happens is that the words are pointing to what already is, this precise moment, to the eternal, to that which transcends the mind. If you keep trying to grasp this with the mind, you remain on the surface. When I ask what remains if there's no identification with any thought, it is the very experience of this present, which is not intellectual, it simply is. That's where the words point. As you read these words, you are being. That is, what you are in essence is the space in which that you appear to manifest. Is the space in which reading these words that appear to be written manifest. It is the space in which that mind that appears to have the capacity to let go or not manifest, and so on. This is something we have to be very conscious of. These kinds of questions, again, are tricks, so to speak, mind tricks, to keep focus on the I, on the person, on the seeming identity that now is trying to find answers. Well, so yes, I always say this is very paradoxical. At the same time that it appears that I'm the one who thinks and makes decisions and choices, simultaneously, this is what seems to be happening through me, like the old quote I've said before. At the same time that it appears that I'm the creator, the producer, the writer, and the protagonist of my own movie or my own life, at the same time, I play extra on a much bigger play. Am I the one choosing to breathe? Am I the one choosing to think? Am I the one choosing to act? Am I the one choosing to be born? Am I the one just choosing to live? No. All that is happening through me, I simply be, or it appears to be as if I am an instrument through which all that appears. When you're sleeping and you're dreaming, is the character in the dream has the capacity to think? Has the capacity to act? Has the capacity to make choices? Has the capacity to breathe? No. The character in the dream, everything that happens to the character in the dream is a consequence or is a projection from the source, the mind that dreams it. So the mind is the one in charge of everything that happens in the dream, even when in the dream may appear as is a character making choices and saying things and making decisions and acting. Same thing here. This is a paradox we have to learn to live with. That's what Ramesh Balsekar used to say, act as if you have freedom of choice, while at the same time you know that you don't. And that's it. Am I the one choosing to make these videos, or this is what happens? Am I the one choosing to be inspired to create music when it happens, or is that just what happens? Well, life happens. And I just simply, again, not I as a person, but I don't know what words to use, or simply it could be observed how everything happens through the instrument. And if the mind trying to turn into a drama and make it very complicated, it's very simple. Right now, what is what is. Isn't it? And if the mind try to say, but what happened if what if this happened? Or what if that? I don't know. All I know is that what is what is. And when you rest in what is, you experience the peace that surpasses all understanding. And this is what these videos are pointing to, not to hypotheticals, so what could happen or not happen, or how my life is going to unfold or anything. I don't know. That's a mystery. Life is unfolding. I simply am. And we're pointing to the fact that I am. And well, this is inspiration that came through. I hope it served. And as always, may peace permeate the mind so that love can be extended.